Zoom call after Zoom call after Zoom call. We need help. Things get tight, and when you got 5 minutes in between, you need 5 simple stretches. We're going to talk about that next. So we've got some great stretches that you're going to need for the next 5 minutes. You have a few short minutes for a break. You might as well do something productive and help your case so you don't end up like this for the whole time for the next, I don't know, maybe 2 years, 3 years at worst. So let's cut to the chase. And what is this really going to help? It's going to help that stiffening body. You want to stretch something that is unfortunately just being overused. What we want to do is we want to get more length. The problems that are going to happen with poor postures and poor sitting habits, you're going to get nerve problems, you're going to get sciatic nerve problems, you're going to get things like stiff necks, cricked necks, you're going to get carpal tunnel, you're going to have respiratory problems. Just a very difficult chance to breathe because you're not upright and walking or standing normal or hanging out with a colleague for coffee. You're just missing out on those opportunities while you're working at home during this COVID time. So I wanted to give you something really helpful and quick so you can do it at home. All right, so how you set this up with your wrist is to put some downward force in it, and you can see there's these 2 lines here where your wrist, a lot of times we have these skin folds there, right? Anyways, you're gonna take your thumb, pretend you're holding a key, and you're gonna drive it down the bone, and you're gonna use your body to rock. You're gonna go forward, you're gonna go back. Especially a lot of us that work with our hands, typing all day, really could use that benefit. So I basically go from one bone to the other, and then I make it like an S shape move, and whatever feels tight, tender, it's worth working out. So then I kind of go this way, I go this way to show you guys different vantage point, and then I go up to the top. Like I said, I can go this way, work myself back. There we go. And then that way it's a little bit better. You can tell. Just a little bit more folds. All right, so sometimes our neck needs some stretching, but it's not the muscles that need stretching. A lot of times it's that fascia or the saran wrap that's kind of wrapped around our neck. So that's what that ligamentum nuchae is. We'll flash a little picture of what that looks like next, but we want to check this out now. We're going to do here and here, and basically you're taking your fingers, you're drawing it back with a little backwards force, and then here, and then you kind of pull it up. So I go here, here, and then all you're trying to do is you say no, you say yes, no or yes, whatever feels good. It could be a combination of no and yes, and you can work it through different parts of that neck, and it's way better than a stretch. So stop overstretching and hurting yourself and ending up with a crick neck. So you can say no, yes, and then it doesn't take long. Much better. All right, so what we want to do is we want to be able to look down, make sure your head's not looking up, but you're going to look down, grab your ankles or as far as you can grab. Then what you want to do is you want to be able to kind of lightly straighten your knee. Once you feel that tension, you've gone to the right point, you want to back off. You want to back in, you want to back off. You want to back in, and that's the exercise or the stretch. You're slowly trying to get to your knee to become straight. So it doesn't take long. Usually takes about 30-40 seconds, and then slowly you can see it's a lot easier to get to that straight point. And then when you sit back down, make sure you just sit back down and then walk yourself back up. All right, so we want to get to the kidney stretch because we've been sitting all day and it's compressing and it just keeps shoving our guts down. And when you're stressed, your adrenal gland is thumping like a little power tool and thumping it down. So we got to reset it. And this is how you're going to start. So you're going to reach across like so, like you're really reaching or stretching. Then with this same side leg, you're going to drop it back like this. Then with this, you're going to lean and grab as much rib cage as possible, and then breathe. You really should feel a little stretch. Sometimes you feel it in the back, sometimes you feel it front, sometimes you feel it here. Wherever there's restrictions, you're just getting a little bit further, just breathing and check that out as well. All right, let's stretch those hip capsules. Now, it's super important to understand that you have to pre-position this. You can put it on a chair, you can put it on a table or ottoman or something like that. And what we want to do is you want to push it down and in. So what I'm doing is with my thumbs, I'm just pressing like I'm trying to crush a can a little bit with my little webbing of my fingers. I'm going to push it down and in, so I angle myself a little bit. Now I maintain that pressure while I just rock forward, rock backwards, rock forward, rock backwards. You can also change the angle a little bit and hop back and just do that. It's a great little stretch just to reseat the head of your femur, which is your thigh bone, and then you can get a little bit more as it goes on. It doesn't take long, pretty much less than a minute, and I could feel that just slide right in nice and comfortably right now. So it's a lot looser and there's less tension in the thighs. So hopefully these 5 stretches in 5 minutes really were useful and help you between your Zoom calls in between. It gets you a little bit taller, gets you a little bit straighter. Now, if it bothers you or any of these stretches bother you, definitely recommend checking with a healthcare professional because you might have a different condition than just tight muscles. But if you're gonna do this, start slow, start low. You could do it maybe one Zoom call and another stretch, another Zoom call. It doesn't hurt. You can do them all 5 if you want, but check those out and do them carefully and make sure you're not in pain. We wanted to thank you from the bottom of our hearts here at Rehab and Revive because you really boosted our community. You really helped share these videos with other people, and our subscription has really risen. And so we want to keep that going because that really helps support what we're doing and support our cause to help the community rehab and revive itself. I'm Dr. Lin. Remember, we heal smarter, not harder.